So one time I went to jail and pretended to be deaf, and then like I got out of jail and like all charges dropped because I was just like a deaf guy and like I'll let him go or whatever. And then I was like, oh shit, do I have to pretend to be deaf for like the rest of my life? My lawyer was like, no, dude. If they find out, you can just laugh at them. I was like, wow, I'm like the bad guy in the story. I didn't learn a lesson or anything.
I didn't learn shit.
Oh wow, pretending to be deaf made my jail experience worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It extended your stay.
What was that?
It extended your stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would have gotten out earlier.
Oh, they would have. Yeah, they would have like booked me, got my situation, and got me out of there. But instead, they were like, "All right, well, we have to have an interpreter come to do the proper paperwork because you were pretending to be deaf."
But you also wouldn't have got off, though, right? Didn't your lawyer kind of say that? Or
Yeah.
So
Because here's the thing:
you made the right choice.
While I was out, after I got out, I hit my head and I lost the hearing in my left ear, and so I showed medical records that I was a deaf guy, and they were like, "Oh, this is just a deaf guy trying to steal some food."
Damn, dude.
So they gave me a deferral.
Are you sure you didn't
look at
like
that.
damage yourself to? It sounds too
good to be true.
Too good to be true.
Here's what's crazy: is the lawyer worked for free because he thought it was a really funny story. But I was supposed to do community service, and he never told me that. So I ended up having warrants for years.
Fucking
And every
A.
time I tried to get a new license or anything, they'd say I have a warrant, and I'd call him. I'd be like, "Hey, it's I have a warrant." He'd be like, "I'll take care of it." And he'd be like, "You don't have a warrant; it's settled up." But I was supposed to do community service that entire time, and I never did. And I had warrants for like 5 years just because I got a free lawyer.
Yeah, this guy was just lying to
He
you.
ruled though. He's such a cool guy.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
like a free lawyer. That's the cost,
Yeah,
right?
if
there are
he's-
costs associated.
If he's just working for yucks, I mean,
Yeah,
then he's not going to be
absolutely.
great.
Absolutely. I met him and he was like, because another lawyer I went to go see him, and he's like, you got to tell my friend the story you told me. And so he calls his friend. He comes in from the office next door and he's like,
hear this.
you tell Carl what you did. And I was like, oh, I got caught stealing food at HEB. And he's like, no, the other thing. And I was like, I pretended to be deaf the entire time. And he's like, how? And I was like, I just talk like this. And he's like, that's so funny. And
Lawyers are such scumbags,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love it.
Like,
dude.
it
love it,
rules.
dude,
I
yeah.
want to I wish I would have like gone to college and been a lawyer, because those guys that are like those psycho libertarians that stand outside post offices being like, "You gonna violate my rights to not film here?" They make like $10,000 each lawsuit they do, and I'm like, I could find a life doing that.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
could do it, dude.
I could
And
find a life
purpose.
doing
And
that.
by the way,
Finally,
Yeah, exactly.
by the way, JT, you have the commitment. You have the comedic commitment to do that,
Thank
and I
you.
think you should do that.
high praise, high praise.
Like when
Thank you.
when you commit to like being deaf as a bit, well, not really as a bit.
Couple days, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Um,
I think it's really cool.
Thank you. Just pretend to be deaf all the time.
God, so
for
you have a
7
rap
years.
sheet, huh?
I used to pretend to be deaf to get free food. Oh my god! I would
Wow.
go
How
into
does this
Carl's
work?
Jr. So I'd go into like Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box, and this is in like my late teens, between like maybe 15 and 19ish.
Yeah.
Where I'd go into Jack in the Box, and because I wouldn't even bring it. Sometimes I'd find a receipt outside on the ground. Most of the time I wouldn't. I just walk in and I would sign for a bit because I know sign language, and they'd bring me a piece of paper, and then I'd write down on a piece of paper, I came in earlier. I went through the drive-thru. I got, a few different meals. These 2 meals weren't in there. And they'd go, oh, and they'd just make me the meals, and I'd leave.
Wow, that's actually less nefarious than
I thought you
it
were
was
gonna.
be.
I thought you were doing the voice and stuff.
Oh, I would do the voice in there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I thought
No,
it was
I'd
just
go
like
in there
for-
back in earlier, about 50 ham. I'm a
And they're like, could you just write it, please?
Yeah.
And then
Hey,
just
right
fuck
now.
off and make it
Like,
longer.
can you stop making that noise?
The fake sign language.
Oh, wait, no, it's real. Why do you know sign language?
My mom's hard of hearing, so I grew up signing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's also the reason I do the thing with my lips when I sign, because what deaf people do. And I realized they're
like-
doing it because they're like mouthing noises, and me, I just do it because I seen them do it so much. So it looks like I'm making fun of them when I do sign language.
I see.
Yeah, my sister's a sign language interpreter.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
money, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah.
One of the funniest classes you can take is called Signs of
Is
a
it funniest?
Sexual Nature. Yeah.
Signs of a
sexual nature.
Yeah, it's for if she wants to be. I imagine she probably took specialized classes for whoever she interprets. And if she wants to be a medical interpreter, you have
Right.
to take, or like different types of classroom interpreters. You have
Yeah.
to take signs of a sexual nature, which just goes over all the different like slangs and all the different ways to talk about all your body parts.
Why would you
Give me
need to
one,
know
give me
that?
one,
Like
give me one.
in a professional environment.
if I'm like a doctor, right, and a deaf girl comes in and the deaf girl uses slang to talk about the way that her and her partner had sex,
Yep.
I should be able to understand that and interpret that to the doctor.
Yeah, you like sign like he really blew my back out.
Yeah.
I,
You know what's
I threw
funny?
my ass back.
Is this his vagina and this is tampon? That one always crushes. That is a hilarious. Oh,
What's funny
fart
is it
will
seems
be
like
this.
it's coming
Yoga.
from inside
This
the
is
vagina.
fart?
This is fart. That's funny.
Is that from? Was
That's
that
good.
signs of a sexual nature?
No, I think that mom taught me that when I was little.
Did she also teach you tampon?
Yeah, no, I think.
Why is the tampon coming from inside the?
No, the vagina's at the base.
That's
dude.
yeah,
Wait,
that's the
You
vagina.
insert the tampon.
Down there is the vagina. This,
This
is
is
the
the
pubic
action
hair.
of
Your fingers are the pubic hair.
I know, but it
right?
looks like the vagina. Oh, it looks like the tampon's coming out of.
because you're seeing from inside like how a baby.
Yeah,
would.
this is the
You're a
bottom of the
baby.
Oh,
vagina.
I see.
You're a
I'm-
baby in a tummy or a fetus
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
tummy. I'm not gonna have that argument. But you're looking at the vagina from the inward, where you dive straight out.
Oh, you say inward?
No.
Hold on. Sorry.
He said inward. And
I
then
see what
this
you're
is the
saying. I get
tampon
it
getting
now.
inserted
Love
up
it.
into it.
It's hard for me
That's
to do
clever as hell.
that. Wow.
Yeah, deaf people are great.
Yeah. You got another one for me?
What?
Until recently, to say Asian, you just went like this. Now they changed the sign in the past like 5-6 years. But until a few years ago, you would say, because this is J in sign language and this is C. So if I were to say Japanese, I'd go J, Chinese,
Yeah, no.
C. Yeah.
What's the new
no.
one? Is the new one like less clear?
There's other ones where Russia, because it's cold, is this, like snot off your nose when people talk about Russia.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's fun.
This is the sign for Jewish and the sign for greedy. Yeah.
Deaf community, we're fucking coming for your
Yeah.
ass.
Deaf people are hilarious.
Yeah, but they're getting right to the point. There's no misunderstanding what they're talking about. When you say,
Yeah,
you know what you're talking
and deaf
about.
people also like they're really blunt with their descriptors and
Yeah.
like it's a
That
conceptual
guy,
language.
you have
Yeah,
to be, yeah.
So you'll be like the woman that looks pregnant but's not pregnant. You know what I mean? Or you'll like describe a guy as like the guy that has scabs all over his face and it's
Yeah.
like whoa, wow, yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's my brother-in-law.
Donovan?
Yeah. Yeah, you can just call. Yeah, it's funny. They also give you name signs based on something they maybe notice about you.
Oh, no.
So like a very popular or like a name sign that a girl tried to give me that was like a nickname one time that like she told all the deaf people and all her friends thought it was funny. It was like because people just go like JT or JT, right? She was
Yeah.
like JT because you have a gross beard and a big nose, and I was like, great.
What is this? Or what?
That's his
Just
nose.
JT,
Oh,
just doing it on
nose.
my face, just a
Yeah.
mean little deaf
Oh,
insult.
beard.
Yeah, there's ice cold. They're ice cold.
Damn, I kinda like-
Seriously, no
I
regards.
kind of like that in a woman, though.
Maybe you should date a deaf woman.
I mean, maybe I should. Just a blunt, like mean.
Maybe she'll find you funny.
Yeah, you got to learn a little ASL.
Yeah.
There's actually
Age, sex, language,
if you take an
location?
ASL 1 class, they'll make you go to like a deaf event, and dudes like deaf dudes go to that to pick up on like 19-year-old hearing chicks.
Hell yeah, dude.
Very funny type of dude. They're like pickup artists but are deaf.
Oh,
very
wow.
very funny. They do like the pottery scene from Ghost where they're showing women how to do sign language by like holding their
No,
hands and
actually.
stuff. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I remember the first time I went to a deaf event for like a class and I saw like deaf dudes doing that. I was like, oh shit, nice playboys.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, Playboy.
Yeah.
This guy fucks.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, so they're getting it in a lot, huh? These
Deaf
yeah,
people?
Yeah,
Def- think-
Definitely.
It's almost like they live full human lives, just like me.
dude.
They're
believe
they're
that.
eating meals multiple times a day. You're telling me drinking
Christ.
water just to get through? Wow, fuck, dude. Never really thought about it like that.
Dude, when you say it like that, it sounds like I was being insensitive.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I was. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Speaking of insensitive and like disabilities, I was watching a podcast of yours. Or you did a podcast with Ariel Isaac Norman. You were talking about you worked at like a mentally disabled camp or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When was that?
That was in my youth. The church I was involved in did like camps for developmentally disabled adults. I worked there, and then I also volunteered like an after school program. Some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life is like a developmentally disabled person like making a joke and being in on jokes. It's hilarious. There's this one guy named Larry who had Down syndrome. He's from New Jersey. He call himself the Italian. I'm the Italian, baby. And like he knew it was funny, and he'd do it to make people laugh. And it's like that's so funny.
Yeah, that
you know?
rules.
That rules. That's
Definitely the
hilarious.
Italian.
I'm the Italian, baby.
Would he do that?
Dude, he'd do this.
he
He'd
did
also
it.
say, I go on a one every single morning. And so one morning I woke up with him to go on a run, and we go outside, and he goes, all right, back to bed. And I was like, that's funny, dude.
That's a good bit.
Yeah.
That's
kicked
a
my ass
good
right
bit.
there,
dude,
dude.
Larry's got bits.
Yeah,
dude.
Larry was really, really funny.
Damn.